Okay, so your first task is just a basic task of your Python language, okay, for just making a base for your Python developer course or internship. Okay, so basically, in your first task, we'll see some of the key points like key functions or keywords, okay, that we will use oftenly. So first term is your variables. Okay, so basically what is variables? Variables are used to store data values, okay, and you can assign a value to a variable using the equal sign. So by using the equal sign you can assign a value. Then variable names can start with a letter or an underscore, but it should not be a number. Okay, so variable name can start with a letter or an underscore, but it should not be a number. Then your syntax is here should be a variable name, then equals to, and then it's going to be your value. Okay, and also I'm saying if sometime in while or something, if I'm not audible, then you guys can unmute your mic and you can speak that, ma'am, you are not audible, please check your mic. Okay, because now I will not check the chat messages. Okay, so yeah, these are the variable basically. So these are the example of your variable. You can use, you can name any of the variable name like this, and then you have to use equals to sign, and then you have to assign its value. Okay, now comes the data types. So what are the common data types in Python include? So there are four kinds of common data type. First is int, which is integer, whole numbers contain, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on. Then comes float, which are floating point numbers with a decimal point. Okay, like 1.2, 3.4, 5.6, that decimal point. Okay, then comes str. Okay, str is your string part, text part, which contains any text, hi, hello, name of any person. Okay, like so on. Okay, then comes the bool is your boolean part, which is your two types of, which is true or false. Okay, so these are your basic common data types. So you can check the data type of a variable using the type function. Okay, so example is these, this is first 10 is an example of integer part, and 3.14 is an example of floating point, and hello world is an example of string part. Then true is an example of boolean part. Okay, so for this is your data types example. Okay, now by using the type function you can also see the data type of your variable. So here type is num, so your 10 is your integer part. Okay, now comes the loops part. So what is loop? So there are two types of loop, which is for loop and a while loop. So for loop is used to iterate over a sequence, whether it is list, tuple, string, etc. Okay, and syntax says you have to use for keyword, then here you have to mention the item, and then you have to use in keyword, then here you have to mention the sequence. Okay, and then you have to write your code. Similarly, syntax is this for while loop. While loop is execute a block of code as long as a specified condition is true. Okay, and for syntax is you have to use while keyword, then you have to write condition, then following with the code part. Okay, now comes the function part. So what is function? Basically, functions are a block of code that only run when called. Okay, so also you can pass data known as parameters into a function also. So function can return data as a result. Okay, so function example syntax is you have to use def keyword, then you have to call, here you have to set function name. Okay, then you have to, inside the parentheses you have to write parameters. Okay, and then you have to write code block, and then you have to return result. Okay, so this is your syntax of your function. Okay, how to make a function. So this is an example of function. Here it says def keyword, greet is your function name, and then comes the name part, parameter. Okay, then you, here we are doing return hello plus name. So this plus uses for concatenation. Okay, so here we are calling our function, which is here we are passing the parameter which is alias. So here it comes hello, and here in place of name it will come alias. Okay, so this is how function will work. So basically, this is your variable, this is your data type, and this is your loop, and this is a function. I hope this is clear. Okay. Now, the main task what you have to do and you have to submit on LinkedIn as well as on GitHub is this part. Okay. You have to first create a list, and then you have to do all the three operation, which is append, remove, and modify. Okay, then you have to print updated list, and then you have to create a dictionary. Same operation you have to perform, and you have to print updated dictionary. Then you have to just wait for a second. Yes, then you have to do the set part. Okay, and you have to first create your set, and you have to do all these three operations. Okay, so also this set part I'm not confirmed this was in your task or not, but if not, if it would be like tuple or something, then you can do that tuple part. Okay, that was easy. Okay, so yes, so if not, then if this was in your task, then you can do this, otherwise you can do that tuple one. Okay, so basically what you have to do, you have to first create a list. Okay, so what is list? Basically, list can store a sequence of values belonging to any data type. Okay, and for list you have to first, here we are creating variable, then equals to sign for assigning value, and for list you have to use square brackets. Okay, and these are the elements of my list. Now we have to perform all the operations, adding an element to your list. For this you have to use append function, and here I have written 6, means it 6 will be going to append in your updated list, created list. Then remove an element, so for this you have to use dot remove function, and here you have removed 3, in parentheses you have written 3, it means 3 will going to be removed from your created list. Okay, then comes the modifying an element in the list. So here 0 represents the index value. Okay, so from left to right your indexes are start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and from right to left your indexes starts from -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Okay, so it says at the place of 0 you have to replace 1 with a 10. Okay, with the value 10. Now comes inserting an element. See, append function will only add element to in the last. Okay, but if you want on a like specific places, then you can use insert function. Okay, it says, and the second index you can update, you can, yes, so in the second index you can append year high. Okay, so these are the functions. Just wait for a second. Panchami. So, yes, so basically after applying all the after doing all the operation, you have to print updated list. Okay, so this is the print statement. Okay, this is your updated list, and my underscore list you have to call that, and this is your updated list basically. Okay, so now we'll check all the operation. Append 6, 6 is appended here. Remove 3, 3 is removed from here. In the place of 0, 10 is here, and in the second index high is there. Okay, so this is how you can create your list. Okay, now comes a creating a, now you have to create a dictionary. So what is dictionary? Dictionary contains some unordered collection of some key value pairs. Okay, and for creating this you have to use curly braces. So this is the first key value pair, this is how you can create, this is the second key value pair, and this is the third key value pair. Okay, so to add a key value pair to your dictionary, this is the syntax. Inside the square bracket you have to write the key and then equals to value. Okay, and for removing a key value pair you have to use del keyword, and then you have to use, then you have inside the square bracket you have to call the key, that means key and value will going to be removed. Okay, then for modifying a value in the dictionary, here city value is already created, so this modification we are doing, we are replacing Delhi value with the Mumbai. Okay, so this is how you can do. Now we have to print updated dictionary. Okay, so now we'll check all the three operation. Gender male key value pair is added here. Age key value pair is removed from here. City Delhi is replaced by Mumbai. Okay, so this is how you can create. Now comes set. So basically set is similar to dictionary, but it doesn't contain any key value pair. It maintains a uniqueness. Okay, so your all elements in your set should be unique only. Okay, it should not be duplicate. So in curly braces only you have to create a set like dictionary. So these are the elements of your set, and again three operations. By using dot add function you can add element to your set. Six will be added. By using dot remove you can remove, and by using dot discard you can modify your set. Okay, so then you have to print updated set. So here we'll check all the three operation. Add 6. 6 is added here. Remove 3. 3 is removed from here. Discard 1. 1 is discarded here. Okay. So this is our updated set. So I hope this was all clear to you. What you have to do, you have to create a list. You have to perform all the four operation: adding, removing, modifying, inserting in your list, and you have to print updated list. Okay. And similarly, you have to create a dictionary. Okay, and then
Hello,
you
ma'am.
yes.
Voice is not coming properly.
Voice is not coming. Now it's coming or not? Is it coming or not?
Yeah, it is now audible.
Okay. So then you have to create a dictionary, and then you have to do all these three operation you have to do, and then you have to print updated dictionary, and then you have to create a set, and then you have to do all this three operation, and then you have to print the updated set. Okay, so this was all about your task one. These were just the terms you have to know. Okay, basic terms, and basically this task you have to do, and you have to perform, and you have to submit. Okay, so I hope it's clear.